What up, fam? Uh, we doing a little bit different today. Got some time to actually set my little camera up how I wanted to and holler at everybody. Got a little mic, trying to do it right. So what's up? I've been chilling. I've been working a lot out here in Needville, Texas, doing a big old speaker contract job, something like that. And next thing I'm doing is I'm moving on to working with our camera crew at work. So I'm gonna be doing some camera installs and stuff like that. Trying to learn a whole lot. The reason why I'm talking to you kind of chilled out and mellow is because I'm trying not to be too loud on this little doohickey right here. But you can see I got my big cup of coffee. I got a little book I want to show y'all. So I wanted to just say something about my grandpa. I would always call him Grandpa Garcia, you know. I made a little post, put his picture as my profile pic, and I just wanted to do that because my she went to go visit the gravesite because it's been 26 years since he passed away, and I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't remember that, but I didn't know 26 years. I didn't think. I felt like it's been longer than that. But anyway, I made a post, or I put the picture up, and Sylvia said, made a comment, and I really appreciated that comment because, when I put up a picture or something like that and people react to it, that's the whole reason why I'm doing it. Is I usually, I'll try to post mostly family related stuff in our family page. It's like a members only page that I want to have private for us. And I put that in there, or I put my profile picture up there as Grandpa because I wanted to just pay tribute to him. And I'm just going through trying to still scan pictures when I can. I have a little bit more free time on my hands coming up. I think I'll be able to do more stuff. But I really appreciated Aunt Sylvia's comment. And if y'all have any things to share about Grandpa, man, it'd be nice to hear from y'all. And the thing about the page is it's all private. You can make a video on your phone and post it, and it's only going to be in our page if you want it to be. And that's how I would want it to be, because I'm not trying to, share out all these videos for the whole wide world. But if other people watch, I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter. But I know other people, it might matter. But I just want to keep things, kind of an open channel for us to communicate and talk. And even if you want to write it down and you want to write a story about something that happened with you and Grandpa and just post it, or, something that would share a moment with Grandpa, that would be really cool. Because when I post these memories and these pictures, it's to involve everybody. But I also do it so I kind of have something to go look back on. And, Facebook is Facebook. I wish I could have my own app where it was really private, where it was only family. But Facebook is Facebook, and, getting your memories on there and reminders. To me, I like that. I like being able to be reminded of things like this happened on this day, this time, a couple years ago. And memories are kind of all we have throughout this life. So I cherish them. And I know there's other people that do too. So thank you, Aunt Sylvia, again for sharing and, having a comment. And I'd like to hear other people's comments, not only about Grandpa, but any other family members that you want to post about at any time. It doesn't have to be an anniversary or a special event. If you just want, to share something without having to worry about the whole wide world maybe getting into your business, but if you I mean, if you do and you want to tag the family in it, then that's great too. But like I said, this page is for us. This channel, what we share is for us, and I'm glad that I'm able to share things like that with y'all, because it's one thing to have memories and look back, but when you have other people that you can share them with, then it makes it just that much more meaningful. More impactful. Just the other day, Matt sent me a picture. It was a random picture, and I'll put it on here. I'll post it in a couple of days here, of Uncle Buddy and Dylan in the backyard, and Uncle Buddy is got the string to the fishing line, and Dylan has the fishing pole, and he's showing them what it's like, when a fish is tugging on your pole and what to do. And he's standing there with a beer in one hand and playing with Dylan and kind of teaching him at the same time. And that was one great thing about Uncle Buddy, was he was a great teacher, and he would explain things to you thoroughly. And I remember that as a kid, kind of breaking down all these things, learning pool, poker, blackjack, all these games, all this stuff, like, and how to approach it mentally and how to be mentally tough. And those are important things. It's the resiliency, that you have to have, and also the smart, be smart about certain things, and I can't say I'm smart about everything in my life, but there's been times when I'll hear that voice in my head, and I'll hear Uncle Buddy's voice or something like that, and I'll, make a decision for the better. Grandpa Garcia, Florentino Senior was like, kind of like that. He's like the oracle to me in some ways, where it was like when you needed an answer, you needed guidance, like he would do it in so many words. He would do it in so many words that were not even, it wasn't like he told me this one time. It makes me emotional just thinking about it. I was in trouble. I was cutting school, man. I was really young. I just got in trouble for playing hooky. So Mom brought me to Grandma and Grandpa's house, and that was the ultimate punishment. Or not even punishment, because it was just putting you on blast, and being like, "Oh, you want to act up? You can go to Grandma and Grandpa's and do that." And I was like, "Oh no, now this is real." So I remember going over there, and it was like, you're afraid to get whooped as a kid, but then, it wasn't even that. It was more the disappointment that I would disappoint him, And my mom, I remember her telling me a story about how one time she got in trouble, and it was that Grandpa told her that it was that he was disappointed in her, and that made more of an impact than any spanking ever could. So what he did was he kind of just sat me. Grandma had this basically it was like a little bar, and you could see over and see into the sink, right? So I'm sitting at the bar on a high stool and on a seat. I mean, I was probably in 5th or 6th grade. I was pretty young. I think it was 6th grade. So I'm sitting there on the stool, and and Grandpa, he sits across from me, and he starts talking to me, but he's talking in broken English. He's talking in Spanish, really. But I heard everything he said, and I understood it, and I listened, and I made eye contact with him, and I made sure to be respectful. And I was scared, but more I was, I was just, sad. And it was that I disappointed him, because the fear changed to just being guilty or something. I don't know, just feeling remorse. So he basically told me, it's weird that I got in trouble for skipping school, right? But his lesson was not about how important school was or something like that. His lesson was, he said amigos, right? And then he's, started talking about your friends are your friends, but your family, he explained how, family is more important, and how important it is to tell the truth and, be able to be trusted, I guess, right? Because your friends are your friends, and doing something with them is one thing, but that has a limit, right? And your family is where that extra gear is, where that extra limit needs to go to, where that excess of energy, attention, time, focus, guidance, humbleness, respectfulness, that's where that needs to go to. There's the outer world where you treat a certain way, and then the family world, I need to say your tribal world in here, and the rest of the world you treat in a certain way. So that was the lesson that he kind of taught me. And I'll remember that forever. And it was the conversation. I wasn't even in English, and I didn't know Spanish. I don't know Spanish to this day, and I still get shamed on the job site or anywhere I go. But that's something I should probably work on, right? It'll always stay with me, Grandpa's words, and many other things that he did and said that I'll share, over time. But I just had to get that one in there, and to say thank you to Aunt Sylvia. And then I also wanted to do one more thing. So this was like a late Mother's Day gift type deal. Didn't come in time, but I wanted to show it to my mom. And this is kind of crazy, is because Marty had talked about this is kind of something he was gonna do, and it's a cool idea. And so maybe it's not the same lines as what Marty explained, but it was his was like a life book, right, that he's working on. And this is kind of the same. I don't know if it's the same thing, but it's a different type deal where it's like, hey mom, I want to hear your story, right? And it just gives you like, little quotes and little questions. Like, looking back on time, which moments and experiences stand out as transformative and defining, right? So, some are pages, but some are like little questions there. And some are corny, and some are, like your birthday and all this stuff. But it starts out slow, and then later on, it gets into the more deeper stuff, right? So this one's kind of like becoming a mom and what it means and all these other little questions. So I got this for mom off Amazon, just so I can kind of like get her to have something to do, right? Since she's probably going to be, in the retirement age. She's right there already, right? So you give her something that she can work on, but also something that she can share her story with us. And that's kind of what this page is about. And I want to hear people's stories and, what they remember about Grandpa, other people, anybody, anybody that's with our family, or any stories you have to share. If you want to vent about something, or, it's whatever, right? So, I just thought that was a cool book. And I'm sure there are plenty others like it. And I'm sure I'm late to the party. I'm sure that's been around for a long time. But I just felt like it was time to get my mom one, so I can hear her perspective, what she has seen over the years, man. Because I wish I could listen to Grandpa right now tell me a story or give me some advice, but I can't. So maybe in the future, some way we can set up a way where I can hear my mom's voice again, or read her thoughts, again. And I even would like for her to kind of do a video version of the book where, we read out some of her answers, or anybody, if you have the same thing going on, I wish you could share that with us. I would like to see it. I love staying in touch with my family, and that's really all I got in this world is family. And I know we stay distant and we don't talk every day at times, but it's still family, man. We can pick up where we left off in an instant, and that's what's beautiful about it. Also, Gianna is turning 2, or she already did, but we're gonna have a party for her this weekend. It's not gonna be a big thing, and I don't want people to get offended or be like, "Oh, Chris didn't invite me." It's not really gonna be a big deal. I mean, I know it's a big deal that she's having a birthday, but I'm not trying to like ball out, go crazy with it. It's just gonna be in the backyard. Um, I want to have family over, kind of maybe like in smaller packages, so she's not overwhelmed. I'm not overwhelmed with everybody being around to where I can't spend time with people and like sit down and chit chat with you because I'm moving around. Oh hey, how you know what I mean? To me, it's like a waste of people's time to say, hey, come over for the birthday party where it's going to be pizza and cupcakes, and then she's going to be good for about an hour or so. Then she'll be wanting to go and snuggle on the couch or something, man. I know how she is. But it's a special time. She's potty training. It's fun seeing her grow. Sad in a way, bittersweet for sure, because I miss my little tiny baby. But she'll always be that, and I always get to, look back and remember those things because we took a lot of videos and stuff. It's funny, I was riding with this guy at work, carpooling, and we're talking, and I'm pulling up pictures we're talking about cooking, and I'm like, man, look at this brisket, or look at this pork butt I did, or look at these ribs or something. I'm pulling up pictures, talking about it, and this was all before Gianna. And then you look from Gianna when she was born on, it's no more cooking pictures. It's all baby pictures. So we got plenty of those that we'll be able to, have over the years. But that's one cool thing about today is we have pictures and videos and stuff that we can take instantly. We don't have to set up a camcorder and a big old, battery pack and always, look crazy carrying it around. Back in the day, that's how it was. I mean, you're talking about a VHS or a VCR with a VHS tape on your ear, and holding it. They got smaller over time, but still, you can't compete with just pulling your phone out, clicking a button. I'm trying to get better at it, and I'm trying to, live my life and do things around the house and do things for my wife and do things with my daughter, like go to the zoo, fun stuff like that. But I need to post those videos and share them with y'all, and also hopefully y'all can post more video pictures and share them with me, share them with everybody else. That's the whole point. It's the point is not about me. It's about all of us. And it's not about views or clicks and likes to me. It's about just our group and staying in touch and being open to share things up with people and look back on the past, laugh about it, cry about it, whatever we got to do to get through it, because it's important to me, and I really hope it's important to you. So if you stayed to the end of the video, I appreciate it, family. Yeah, hit me up, holler at me. I'm gonna be doing daddy stuff this weekend, and besides that, I'm hopefully gonna be working on some videos or editing some stuff. I like to play video games. Me and Dylan get on the PlayStation, play. I played with Marty. We play. I like to stream and do stuff like that, and also edit video and still make a little music every now and then. But it's for me. I don't make it because I'm like trying to get out there and get back on stage. I think that ship has sailed a long time ago, but I'm definitely trying to always stay creative, always stay thinking, learning, working on stuff, and stay working to pay them bills. So, yep. Grandpa, I love you. It was the anniversary of him passing away, and I really wish I could go back in time and go visit him at the hospital because I didn't do that, and I regret that. And I still kick myself to this day because I really should have been man enough to go up there, even though I felt like I couldn't see him in that state. it was selfish of me to do that, and I regret that. So, you know, I just want to say I love y'all and I appreciate y'all listening to me and everything. So until next time, peace.